bittersweet, up and down roller coaster kind of feeling kind of Monday. It's one of those things where you get some good news, you get a little bad news. I'm preparing for my Vikings Monday Night Football game tonight against the Chicago Bears, which you can catch over on our sister station, ESPN 680. Coverage starts around 7:30. The Vikings are going for their third win in a row. Obviously a rough weekend for the Cards, some rough news this morning, but yeah, some potential positive news coming later for basketball. So, it's just I'm on the 2020 Cardinal roller coaster. It's not the year of the Cardinal, but it's having some ups and downs. We'll see how it goes.
That's the understatement of the century. But thank you, Brian. Let me explain what's happening here, Marcus, just for you. You notice I'm not on the stream today because I am waiting on the internet guy to get here. So
did he give you a 6-hour window, Steve?
Well, a 3, and it's 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. So I know
the good
it won't
old
be
1 to 4.
Right. I know it won't be during the show. Other thing that's happening is at any moment, the maintenance guy here may walk in because these are pretty luxury apartments, not to toot my own horn, but they're brand new. So there was a couple of breakers that were off. So my bedroom lights didn't come on, and I'm sorry, but if you're paying what we're paying, the other thing that's happening here, as you just heard in the background, is I have my youngest alone today during the show. So if I drop off at any point, just understand he was screaming and I'll be right back. So yeah. So anyways, I was just wanting to tune everybody in and what's happening in the Rummage Tennessee Casa today. So
okay, so let's do this. Let's just dive right into it, Steve. Because
what part?
The reason I said let's just dive into it because someone was waiting for the music to play, right?
Yeah. Braum or Satterfield, who do you want?
Bang. Let's go.
Did I steal your? I didn't think he was actually going to say that.
Steve, somebody tweets in. I'm talking about right as the music's playing. Excuse for the team is getting old. They've been waiting to text that to me for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Dying to get here.
I know. Just, all right. No excuses. Okay.
No excuses. Anything you say.
Well, trust me. I don't know if we'll make Andy Sweeney proud or he'll appreciate any of our stuff. Like I saw him tweet this weekend, but I will, we'll talk Louisville sports, and there's definitely, here's the thing, Louisville football in general, there's definitely some criticism to go around today with the way the season's been handled. But there's other outlooks too. So we'll go across all of them. Marcus, I do want to tell you something though, live on air. Charity had a doctor come up to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, I never put it together because she was leaving the other day, right?
Uh-huh.
And he goes, I never put it together that you were Steve Rummage's husband, and she says he's a really nice guy and everything. And he said, you know why I listen to them every day? He said, because he said every show in this market will has something negative to say. He said, and he's like, in the profession I'm in, he's like, it's nice to turn on the air and just find somebody that's not just crapping all over the world, right?
All over the world.
Yeah, I know. I said it. He didn't say that part, but I added that part in, because
right.
It's like, yeah, no, you're just negative in every walk of life. But even with that said, it would be impossible today to come in and not fully look at the entire picture here and say there's some things we got to talk about.
I have to say this too. The theme of the show from the beginning was going to be there is an assault, there's a war going on right outside that no man is safe from. It doesn't matter if you're 3 feet or 8'1". That's actually a lyric. So, but there's a war going on winning attitudes, Steve, on positive attitudes.
Okay.
I realized that from this weekend. I realized that the same person, and I'm not going to go too far into this, because I really want to just talk football. The same person that says if you win, it's because it was a COVID year. If you lose, COVID, no excuses.
Right.
Right. Like,
Sure.
like that same guy is dominating the airwaves with a negative, not even airwaves. I meant to say social media, just dominating, public opinion, because they can't get enough of that war on winning attitude. So, so shout out to the doctor. It's me though. It's really my, my opinions. It's really a positive, I am a positive person. So it's not like, it's not like I come in here and create some kind of, super, super positive spin for everything. Okay. So topic of the day, I mean, it has to start with, is Malik Williams the conversation? Is coach the conversation? Is the handling of this season overall the conversation? Which one do you say you start at?
Oh man, that's tough. That's a really tough question you just asked there, because two of them go hand in hand. Malik and coach, to me, go hand in hand. The handling of the season. Thank you. The handling of this season is one I'm not really here for, because that's the one where I say, yeah, dude, this season was a mess. So the handling of the season is like, I couldn't look. I don't know if I can praise anybody, because look, you said it earlier. On one hand, I could say, well, Louisville's having if you're bad, you're saying, well, Louisville's having a tough year because of COVID in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Indiana and you're really good, the naysayers are going to say, well, you're only good because it's 2020 and all the COVID and stuff, and you guys are just handling that better than everybody else. So right. I mean, the handling of the season for me is kind of tough, but coaching and Malik are what's odd, because Malik Williams the other day, you can see where my head's at.
That was Freudian of the century, Steve.
Malik Williams in the year of the Cardinal. Me and Brian are just rocking it already this morning. I'll start with Malik, and I'll try to maybe put the two together. But I think, let me ask you a question you asked me this morning, Marcus. If Louisville had a solid quarterback that wasn't turning the ball over, I'm not even going to go Trevor Lawrence like you did.
Yeah.
And that was
I was going to purposely dial it back down after you finish that answer, but go ahead.
Yeah. If Louisville had a guy that they felt comfortable, and not that Malik can't throw the ball, but just a pocket passer or somebody, that could throw the football, that didn't turn it over, what would their record be right now? How many games have you felt like, because again, look, yesterday or Saturday was another example. Malik Cunningham, I mean, what did he have? 90 some yards? I mean, rushing or something like that, or 180 yards or something. I mean, something crazy. The stats were all there. I mean, if you had him on your fantasy team, good. Look, Matt Stafford, if you had Matt Stafford this weekend, you were tickled. If you're a Lions fan, you're like, God. I mean,
that's a perfect. I want you to repeat that. If you have the quarterback on your fantasy team, you're excited.
Then Malik's had a great year. If you're playing college fantasy football, then Malik's had a tremendous year. But here's the problem.
Actually, take it a step further. Coach Satterfield's team puts up some offensive numbers. So when you start separating fantasy from the mistakes that cost you, now, like where are we at?
Well, that's where we're headed, because I think 100%. I mean, you have all these great stats Saturday, but yet that first drive of the game, Marcus, I was ready. I had the tweet drafted. I was like, they're going to put this in the end zone, and I'm going to say on Twitter, that was the best drive of the year.
Right.
I thought we mixed everything in. I thought we hit a couple in the mid-level. I thought we got a couple underneath. I thought we ran the ball well. I mean, I was going to say that was the best drive we've had all year long. and then he throws it straight to the linebacker.
No, Steve. I should have set that one up first.
Okay.
I should have set up that interception, or I should have set up that play.
Okay.
You say linebacker. I say dropping defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Whew.
Yeah.
I went back and watched it, Steve, and I said, that's an excellent defensive call. But we've already saw too many turnovers out of Malik Cunningham that we don't even acknowledge a good defensive play call.
Yeah. If he enters, look, if you're not turning the football over and they drop a guy in coverage off the defensive end,
Off a full blitz.
yeah, off a full blitz, and he picks you off, you go, dang, good play. But when we're turning the ball over at one of the highest clips in America, and most of them, as I heard Drew a little bit this morning with my in my shower time with Drew that I have every morning, I heard him saying 13 times. Marcus, do you know how? I mean, do the math in your head, and I have it, and I'm terrible at math. But do you know how many points you could have off of 13 turnovers? Like if you just scored. I mean, you could easily have that's and I'm lowballing it here. That's 50, 60 points left on the table. Does that not change a few games?
Majorly.
Right? I mean, and that's, I think when it comes down to it, I've tried to figure out all year, what's the difference in this year and last year? I knew what the difference was. I knew the difference was, hey, we were winning some of these close games last year. We're finding ways to win. We're putting the ball in the end zone. You know, we're doing what we need to do. But we're not winning those games this year. And when it comes down to it, with 55 points, and like I said, that's lowballing it. 13 turnovers, 55 points. That's 3 more wins. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
you're still not. I mean, I'm not even, because I'm not even trying to be pie in the sky and be 8-win guy. I'm just saying 55 more points, that guarantees you. Look, you beat Pitt probably. You probably beat. I hate to do Notre Dame just because I do credit Notre Dame.
Yeah,
a lot.
right.
But I mean, if I gave you 3 or 4 more wins, we're a 6-win team right now. I mean, and things are different because now I have 5-6 wins with 3 games to go. I mean, 55 points. And like I said, that's major lowballing it off 13 turnovers, right?
How big of a difference do you think there is between the play in practice of Malik, Conley, Webb, Puma?
Well, that's the question, man. That's the question. And I was actually, it's funny you say that because I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, was there, from a player's point of view, did you ever have a guy that you played with? Because this is what I'm wondering, because I'm like, if he is not, if there's been no willingness whatsoever to move him for a T-Web, for a anybody, I don't know that Conley, we'll see. But I mean, I'm not as big on him as some others, but to not even move him, are the other guys that far behind? And what I was going to ask you was, as a player, I mean, do you ever remember a situation where there was a position battle? I mean, on one of your teams, and I know you don't want to say names maybe because, I don't want to put you in a terrible spot here, but I mean, was there ever a time where you remember watching a position battle and saying, coach is going this way, but I mean, maybe it's time?
No, because this okay. So this is why I'm not quick to the coaching doorstep, you know what I'm saying, with the the pitchfork. It's because the practices separate themselves, right? Okay.
Right.
Okay. There's a guy with a lot of talent that's on the bench right now. The more talented guy, it's on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Run fast, jump high, the baller. But when it comes to, I really almost cussed. There's something going on in practice where the guy that's playing is the better player, and I've never been in a place where it didn't really separate itself on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's a dog eat dog everyday practice. If somebody's bringing it consistently, and some guys like boom or bust, and the coach plays consistent guy, but the guy who says, "Oh, I killed Maven on Tuesday," yeah, but what'd you do the other 4 days? I wasted you, right?
Yeah.
So you're just thinking about, the best days on Tuesday, and that's that's how I would be playing if I played over Marcus.
Yeah.
No, but that's not the case. It's like that when you say, let's just say quarterback, okay, Evan Conley, we remember the Wake Forest. But if you go back to Virginia or Miami, you know what I'm saying? When you're mad at Malik, Evan Conley just his Wake Forest performance got better and better and better.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
So like, and here's the thing: this is coming from somebody who says, "I think Puma should have been playing a long time ago," right?
Yeah.
Or should have gotten, put it this way, gotten some possessions, gotten some drives, opportunities at drives.
Well, I think somebody should have gotten some drives. I mean, I've been saying that all year long.
Yes.
I mean, but here you sit now, and I think that's why Saturday. Here's what Saturday did. Losing Saturday guarantees you can't have a winning season, and I think that's where Saturday was kind of a tipping point for a lot of fans. I think you started to see a little bit of that anger that we haven't saw yet from I guess towards the coaching staff, I mean, because I do think on social media, different things that you started to kind of see that coming out on Saturday, at least on my feed there was, but I mean, I think people are kind of, now you want to know why things weren't done, I guess is where we're at. And here's the thing. Now you get the news today of, and I don't want to get too far off of Malik. I know we're talking that, but now all of a sudden you get the news of Javian. We don't know, and not just that he's not, or he's opting out. He's opting out, not coming back.
Right.
So you're saying, hey, that's your starter now, that's your running back, which I was pretty pleased with the running backs. I mean, so don't get me wrong. I think we'll be fine there to an extent. So, but I mean, now he's opted out. Tutu Atwell, you would almost guarantee, I'm not going to put opt out on his head, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, I have no intel on that whatsoever, but now, you believe you're going to lose him. So now it's almost like for the rest of the year, I mean, what do I need to see that's going to make me happy at this point? Because wins and losses are out the window now.
Uh-huh.
Right? I mean, am I right on that?
Yeah.
I mean, wins and losses. Do you care how many we win or lose for the rest of the year at this point, really? I mean, of course you do.
Right.
But
the product is more important.
The product's more important to me than the wins and losses from this point. I mean, look, we're not going to lose another game now where I'm going to be like, oh, God. Oh,
and let's not forget, to some, football is an entertainment thing. But when you're talking about coaches' decisions to play somebody and to move to young talent, this is not an entertainment thing for him. This is, you still have to earn your right to get on the field. You still have to culturally, you have to earn you have to earn your way on. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, if there's nobody, that's scary, right? I mean, don't you agree with that?
Say that again.
If there's nobody, then that's scary, right?
Nobody, as far as,
if you're saying you've got to earn your right to get on the field, and if nobody has earned their right to get on the field outside of what we saw, that's scary. That means that maybe the depth is much further away than where we thought.
I did also, it caught my attention, and Jason, I'm gonna go to you in 1 second. I did catch my attention how adamant he was about saying, I'm not putting guys in there in a position where they won't succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's repeated that a lot more lately. Like, as far as when it comes to the substitutions, like, he's worried about guys truly not being able to handle themselves on the field. So again, from our fan side, from the outside perspective, you want to see just for information gathering. You want to,
Absolutely.
yeah, you want to, know,
Absolutely.
yeah, you want to know just to know, and you can't coach if you see these guys every day in practice, all week in practice. You know, or you know so much more. You know what I'm saying? That and again, I am still calling for more substitutions. I am still calling for your Aiden Robinson. I'm calling to gain some information myself.
Listen, you know I'm with you. I mean, because I'm Mr. Hey, dude, y'all don't know what's happening in practice, man. Be quiet. Like, yeah, like I am Mr. That. I think, and I know we got the phone lines there, but I think that's just where I'm at. Is again, I'm pretty much over this season. I mean, and what I mean by over this season is I want to see. Sorry, I got this little aggressive guy in my lap here, but I mean, it's what I want to see is what do I have going forward? You know, because I mean, this season is basically, I don't like using words like in the tank because I still think there's things to gain in the final 3 games. But I mean, I want to see it, and I get 100% what you're saying, man. I don't disagree with that. But if you, I guess my point would be, I'm willing to listen to the fan that says, well, if none of those guys would be in a position to succeed in the game, then my God, what are we going to do next year? I mean, what, like, you know, I mean, what?
Texter,
I'll listen to
I
that.
want you to think about this texter before I go to the phone lines. They didn't. Wait a minute. You know what? I'll wait till after the phone.
Okay, fair enough.
Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, guys, I completely agree with Draw's comments right there. And I'm glad I called because I wanted to add to those. The beginning of the game, I guess Louisville's second drive, we literally had a 14-point swing. We were, on the 12 or 13 through a pick 6. We could have scored 7. Instead, we give up 7. So we're in a hole already. But but my question / comment I got for you guys is Cunningham is coming back. We cannot have Cunningham next year as our starting quarterback. Why not throw in T-Webb this next game? And let's just start there. I mean, can you guys in your heart of hearts see Cunningham as our starting quarterback in 21? And I'm going to hang up and listen.
I appreciate the call. I do not. I do not, but I am also, here's the thing. If I'm happy with the competition level that we're getting in practice, I'm feeling like I'm developing T-Webb, right?
Sure.
But putting him out there in a position where my playbook's a lot more limited, you know, like putting him in a position where he can get himself into a lot of trouble. I don't even want to get that on film when I get high level intense practices. There's a Brian. Never mind. Pops Fitzpatrick tweeted something out. I'm really disappointed I couldn't get the sound, but the sound is of Coach Herman Edwards.
I listened to that right before the show.
Really?
What
did you think about that?
What with the, as far as the
you can't cheat. You can't cheat.
Yeah.
You can't cheat the game of football.
Yeah.
He talked about it.
You practice way more than you play.
Listen, and this is Coach Herman Edwards saying to people, so I can't do it justice. He says, you practice all spring long. You practice all fall long. You practice all week long. He said the games take care of itself. He said the winning and the development in the whole sport is done in the practice, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And without me even saying COVID practices, I said from the beginning, some teams that go from 2-10 to 8-3 in 1 year, when the only switch is the coaching and coaching time with the players makes a huge difference.
I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I do agree with that. And I do think that there's a
Lawrence
of that. Yes. I also, though, I think I'm also going right now though is I'm watching the players and I'm watching the guys we have, and again, I feel like that because part of me wants to say, well, you know what? Maybe the personnel just isn't there. Maybe the like this is what as a fan when I'm trying to rationalize, because as a fan you do things to keep your sanity, unless you just want to watch the world burn and then whatever, you're just gonna be angry. But if as a fan you want to keep your sanity on your team, so you go down the list of, okay, what could it be? Okay, maybe it's the personnel. I go back to a conversation I had standing in Starbucks with somebody who's very, very close to, I guess I shouldn't say names, but I was standing at a coffee shop with somebody who's very, very close to the program shortly after the season ended, or actually before the bowl game last year. And his exact comments were, I think they're going to struggle next year, man. And I said, they're bringing this back. They'll be fine. He's like, I hope you're right. And that comment came back to me. I'll talk to you a little more about that later. But that comment came back to me this morning. And I was like, is it personnel? Is it a personnel thing? I mean, is that what it is? That maybe, you know what, you do get that 1 year bump where you're like, dude, you're playing with your heads on fire. And look, when you're playing your hardest and look, sometimes you just start expecting to win. And when you're expecting to win in the game of football, Marcus, I can't explain it. I don't know how it happens. But look, footballs will just slip out of.
I got the Herm if you want it.
You know what I'm saying? Like footballs will slip out of a guy's hand and it'll come to you. Because when you're expecting to win games, sometimes winning plays just come to you. And it did feel like that last year a little bit.
A texter says you will never know what a player can do in game situations if they never play unless they're okay. Now, see, with that comment right there, being, again, wherever I can brag or wherever I can be arrogant, it just doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I'm sorry, people. It doesn't work like that, because nothing will destroy your program faster than just throwing somebody in and he just balls out of control. You know what I'm saying? A guy who hasn't earned that opportunity, right?
Sure.
Because guess what kind of practice player he's going to be for the rest of the career?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll get it done in the game. You know,
but I'm okay with that if he continues to get it done in the game. That's kind of, and to that text.
But what I'm saying is that doesn't happen in big boy sport. Like, you don't, big boy coaches and big boy sports don't just throw somebody in.
Are you feeling big boy right now? I mean, is that? I mean, and here's the only thing I because listen, I totally agree with you on that.
High level Division I is big boy.
It is. I totally agree with you on that. But to that texter's point also, let me say, maybe for these next 3 games, I kind of agree. Because again, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm about as passionate of a fan as there is. I just want to see them the next 3 games. I mean, look, if you're one of those people that want the pound of flesh and you want to hear fans angry and stuff after games, you're not going to get that out of Louisville fans for the next 3 games. I think Louisville fans are kind of like,
I think that's going to make everybody so mad. If, like I said, if you don't get on and yell, fire the coach, then you're not doing your job.
Well, see, and that's what I'm saying. And I think you did get that one strong outburst of anger.
Did you still want to play, Herm?
Fans, because they realized it really is over now.
Right.
Like the season. I mean, because like I said, mathematically, we can't have a winning season. We had 2 wins. We thought, okay, you win these next 4, that gives you 6. You go to a bowl game, you get 7, you finish 7. And look, and even if you want to say, well, Steve, that wasn't realistic, I think it was. And I think that you felt like, man, we can win these last 4, and then we go win a bowl game. We get 7 wins, and at least it's not 8.
Here's the
but
thing.
It's close.
You felt like it was realistic because you knew that turnover kills you. You know, you've seen teams go from turning the ball over to not turning the ball over. You've seen you know that's kind of a, I don't want to say a fixable thing, but you know how much a turnover costs you. A timely turnover. So that's what makes you like in when you watch sports, you can still see a good drive. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you.
It doesn't eliminate a good 14 play drive up and down the field.
Yeah, that's why when Malik threw that interception, this is what bothered me. That it shouldn't have bothered me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That was a great drive.
Like, who would be that mad? A team with a record like this, who would really be that mad at a guy, who just put up 500 yards?
Well, but do you know why it bothered you?
I do.
It bothered you because you watched him throw that football. You watched, and I was on the phone with you. You watched him throw that football. You watched that Virginia defensive lineman catch it and take it to the house, and us go down 7-0 on probably what I still think was one of our best drives of the year. And I told you on the phone, Marcus, we're just capped. We're capped with him.
Yes.
And you knew it. And we knew it. And when I say we, I mean the fan base. And it's just and here's what I hate. I hate it for him because he seems like such a great kid. And I think there's a future for him in football. I just don't think it's a quarterback.
Right.
And it was terrible to see that on that first drive, because I agree with you. Usually you would go, man, great play, but man, we had a sustained drive. We're gonna smoke them.
Okay, he does give you the best chance to win game in and game out. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I haven't saw anybody else.
I was more or less asking. I wasn't trying to get you to agree with that one. I was asking the question. I was kind of asking myself, does he still give me the best chance to win in this offense, in this style offense, with his playmaking ability, again, his turnovers and his bad decisions and versus another player and what they can do. Think about that for a second. Let me get to the phone lines. Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, guys?
Chilling.
First off, I'm going to say it's too late to play T. Wells in the season right now. You're taking the red shirt off of him. That's going to count as one is yours. So let Malik play it
Lawrence, remember, this year don't count. So there's no red shirt really this year.
I was just going to say let Malik play it out before you get in his feelings and transfer somewhere else. So you know you're going to do it. So you can get that quarterback position next year. T. Wells' job next year anyway. So let Malik finish it out. So he can get in his feelings and transfer somewhere else because he thinks he's still the best quarterback in the country, which he's not. So.
Lawrence, I appreciate the call.
I love how I give Lawrence like the facts of what's going on there, and he's just like,
"Yeah, I don't care what you
I really don't care." He's still
yeah, Steve, you're wrong. Yeah. Frank, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Oh man! All right, so real quick, and I'm just going to make a point. I think the biggest point is that if you want to imitate art to real life, the problem with this team is they don't have the eye of the tiger. They lost their edge, and it could be many different reasons on why, what everything that's going on in the city, COVID or whatever. But this team last year had a chip on his shoulder. So every game they was up for, those close games that we won last year, we didn't win this year. It's because they lost their edge. The only game they was up for this year was Notre Dame. That's the real U of L team. What we've seen Saturday and what we've seen all year is just a shell of the team because, again, for whatever reason, they didn't know how to handle the success of last year. The schedule was made easy to where they was looking at Louisville, possibly Louisville and Clemson, if we got past Notre Dame or whatever, ifs and buts or whatever. But my thing is that when you lose your edge, the fundamentals go out the door. That explains the 13 turnovers, the missed tackles, just being out of position, the lack of leadership on defense, and maybe the coaches are a little bit to blame, but the coaches are not throwing interceptions. The coaches are not missing tackles. So, in my opinion, I think this team lost its edge. They don't have that eye of the tiger anymore. And maybe we've already lost Javion. I think we gonna lose Tutu. And to agree with what Lauren said, I think you may have to look at the future and look at T-Web or whatnot, because I'm just saying this season's over with. I've kind of accepted it, but I'm looking forward to the future, whatever that may be. But we need a team that we need some dogs, and we don't have no dogs right now. So that's my opinion. I'm going to hang up.
Listen, I appreciate the call, and that call is going to be the perfect transition into what we talk about in this next period. Middays with Marcus Maben. Quick commercial break on 939 The Ville.
Hey guys, it's Andy Sweeney here. When it was time to expand our offices and studios at ESPN Louisville, guys, the choice was easy. Round Construction. Find them online today, roundconstruction.com. They're family owned and have been serving the Louisville area now for 60 years. Owners Rich Banks and Bill Receiver could not have been easier to work with. Their knowledge, professionalism, and attention to detail were absolutely top-notch. Bottom line, Round Construction did everything they said they would do and more. Round Construction specializes in commercial general contracting. You've probably seen their work at 4th Street Live, as well as many healthcare facilities around the area. For their full portfolio, visit roundconstruction.com. We trusted Round Construction for our expansion, and you should too. For your next project, use Round Construction. Online at roundconstruction.com or give them a call, 581-9191.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Focus. Try it today.
I'm Ethan Moore. And I'm Taylor Lynch. Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all-U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6, right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Lville Sports, without an O live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
Hey, all you sports fans and dog lovers out there, Brian Hall here. When it's time for the big game, big fans need big TVs. And sometimes you may even want to bring your dog. And at Double Dogs, you can do both and even satisfy those big appetites. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure you get the fuel you need at lunch or dinner while never having to miss a game. So whether you have 2 legs or 4, you can cheer on and chow down at Double Dogs. Located in the Middletown Commons.
Mark Ennis here, telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288, or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable. Bosch Lawn Care.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey guys, golfing season is back, and what better way to celebrate than with a round at Wooded View Golf Course in Clarksville. Located just minutes from downtown Louisville off Veterans Parkway and I-65, Wooded View Golf Course is convenient and affordable. Wooded View also features a pro shop, lounge, and an outdoor patio to relax for before and after your round. Schedule your tee time today at woodedviewgc.com. Again, that's woodedviewgc.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
He said in the basketball luncheon, which, by the
take
way,
your time with this one. This one's a good point you're making.
Yeah, and by the way, Luke Hancock did a great job with that.
Indeed.
Yeah, hosting that. So well done, Luke. I really enjoyed watching that. But Malik Williams said something in there. Luke asked him, and this is why I thought Luke did a good job, because Luke really asked some great questions. You know, he just straight up asked him. He said, what's been the hardest thing with all this? Because y'all have been, you know, you do have to do a lot of extra stuff. You know, you've got to follow a lot of extra rules that you normally wouldn't have to, and you're sacrificing a lot.
Right.
Malik Williams' answer was getting the test 2-3 times a week.
That was Malik Williams' answer to what's the out of all the COVID stuff, what's bothered you the most?
Yeah. Yeah, and look, and I'm not even here to argue with the coronavirus or back and forth or whatever. I'm saying, though, whether you are heavy either way on that discussion, I'm talking from the athlete's standpoint, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be doing it. You know,
yeah, just the acknowledgement.
It's part of what we have going on right now, you know. I mean, and we know that, and athletes know that, and we knew that when we were saying they should play, and they knew that when they were saying that they should play. So I'm not going to come back now and go, see, why y'all making them do that? I said, hey, whatever y'all need to do, let's get them on the court. But for him to say, 3 times a week, I got to take that test. And again, I mean, I know people who will get on there and yell, and they're like, I ain't taking a test. I'm like, well, if you're gonna, okay, but I won't go down.
No.
Listen, you know what I'm saying?
No. What the point of this one to me is, it's okay to acknowledge, because here's the thing: the natural transition. Everybody wants to hear what I have to say about this. Javian Hawkins opting out. You know, there's going to be guys.
That's funny because that's where I was headed to.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
knew that. Javian Hawkins opting out. You know, there's a what does it mean to the football team moving forward? There is a portion that's going to say Javian Hawkins opting out is just now he's scared of COVID. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I don't personally believe that his attitude changed based on because here's the thing. Again, we have to acknowledge it's contact tracing that pull people out. You know, in the big game. Yeah,
right.
Okay,
right.
But what I'll say is, if I'm Javian Hawkins, it's a perfectly comfortable and understandable decision at his age and his situation. We had a member. I'm sorry, the text was quite a while back. It was a former military serviceman, I believe firefighter, was really down on Javian Hawkins' decision. It's he's quitting on the team thing. He's because they're losing, right? And to that person or anybody, I would say, no, that this is not the 3 games left. We're losing, so I'm gonna just start looking for my future. To me, this is testing. This is definitely, listen, the losing can't be ignored. Losing, testing, quarantining. You know, like I don't think. Put it this way. I think they're sacrificing more to play than people realize on a day-to-day basis. You can't go out like, and again, these are kids that played football. These are kids that said, playing football to me is an acceptable risk. Can we just admit that they made the decision that football, we know is contact. We know it's an acceptable risk for whatever, 99 percentile or whatever. This is an acceptable risk. I want to play football. This is more important for me. But they gave up anything social, pretty much everything social. So, like I said, I'm not saying they just want to go get wild and get out of control, but they are on a full, tight, schedule. So they're not having any college experience. They're not having any, I don't even want to say college experience. They're not even having any teenager, young man experience. It's just COVID protection, testing, football, dorm, football. You know what I'm saying? Protocol, testing, waiting for results every single day, waiting for results. Like that's to me, empathetically in my younger mind, that's an absolute nightmare. Because normally people say, "Oh, you're still," when a kid's not playing good or a kid wants to leave, or "Oh, college is the best years of your life." Well, this is a different kind of college experience now. It doesn't have the relaxing side of it. I say relaxing. Huh?
Well, here's my thing, because I agree with everything you're saying. On one hand, I think my reasonings for him being out are a little different. Only because I should remember this. Earlier in the year, we had an opt-out. And the name slipping my mind.
But not Basham.
No, it's just totally slipping my mind who the opt-out was there.
Brian, who was the first opt-out? I think their last name started with a B.
It was like earlier in the year. It was.
I'm trying to think.
I know the player.
Rashawn.
It's gonna drive me crazy until I figure it out. But anyways, somebody on the text line will send it in.
The phone lines are loaded up. Let me hit these real quick. Andy, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to comment about what you said about Javian. I wanted to play devil's advocate.
Right.
One of the bad things, the bad look to it is that, in my opinion, the team, being the coach or the SID or whoever, has not come out and made a statement about this. So it looks like Javian's being a little bit selfish. I'm not saying he is, but that's the appearance it's putting, because Satterfield spoke so much to family and team and camaraderie and things like that, and this looks kind of rogue. So I'll get your comments and see what you guys think about that. Thanks.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, see, that's where I was going, and I disagree. I think that the opt-out we had earlier in the year, where Satterfield was pretty openly aggravated with it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
On his press conference. Thurman Gathers. Yeah, where he was pretty openly like, hey, man, we want people who want to be
Troutman as
here.
well.
Well, Troutman had a baby. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that he's not coming back though. I think I give him a pass on that. If you're having a baby.
I guess I put my baby theory to sleep.
Yeah. Like that's one thing. He had a baby right at the beginning of the season. So that I think that was a conscious decision on his part. But Gathers, Coach Satterfield was openly aggravated with this Javian Hawkins one. You didn't hear Satterfield say that. I've actually saw coaches, Norval McKenzie is running back coach, tweet out. It was very complimentary of him. Javian Hawkins had a very, very well thought out tweet to put out to say he's opting out. And here's the thing, Marcus. And the reason I think you're seeing that is because I think this one was very mutual. Mm-hmm. I think he's a guy who said, Coach, I'm going to the league next year. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm a redshirt sophomore. I don't know that I'm ever going to be hotter than I am right now.
And Coach, I know you got a dog coming in.
Well, yeah, I mean that too, but also, man, look, I had a great year last year. I'm having a great year this year. I think is what happened was Javian probably got in the protocol, and it was going, hey, you're going to miss a game. And I think it was strictly, there's 3 games left. Coach, I've talked to my teammates. My teammates know, because if you notice, all his teammates have spoke out too.
Mm-hmm.
His teammates have been all over the place. Hey, love you, man. Yes, you're making the right choice. You got to go get that. If Javian says I'm hotter than I've ever been, so for everybody now again, if this is a normal year and he just is like, man, I'm out.
You're right.
I get it. I understand. Okay. But it's not. And for everybody on one hand that says he, he's this or that for not playing, look, I would vomit if Javian Hawkins went down with an injury in the next 3 games. And if Javian Hawkins saying, look, I can get a month jump on this, because Javian's going to be a guy, he's going to have to work to get drafted. He's going to have to work to get drafted at a, and what I mean by is to get drafted at a high place. I thought Process did it well this morning when he said right now, Javian's probably one of those guys that if you drafted him early, people are going to go, I don't know about it. But if you drafted him late or he was an undrafted signee, you're going to say, oh, that's one of the best pickups of the year.
So when does Tutu Atwell announce?
Well,
because do people do know he's gone, right?
Well, I mean, I would imagine so, but
I mean, what I mean is, he won't play football after this year for the University of Louisville.
Oh no, he's gonna go pro. But they got Tutu going like second, third round.
I know.
Like, he should go.
I was just saying, just make sure everybody knows that.
So yeah. But just I know we got to get back to the phone lines. But so that's kind of my point is I think it was a mutual thing there. And I'm sorry if Javian went to his teammates and he went to his coaches and he did everything right.
Yep.
And he said, look, I think this is the best choice. And they said, yeah, it is. I'm not going to criticize him on that. I think he made a pretty good choice, honestly.
Nate, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
2 words: losers, cramp. Y'all need to quit sugarcoating this mess. Okay? Yeah, he's going to the league, blah, blah, blah. Y'all act like him quitting football is going to make COVID disappear. Okay? That dude can go out tomorrow and he don't have to be at practice no more. He's going to go meet some little girl somewhere. Guess what? He still might get the daggone corona.
I don't think he cares about corona, Nate. Like you're talking about COVID. I don't think he gives a crap about COVID. I don't think COVID's involved.
But you're saying, you guys are, and look, I'm always right on. You guys are like me, you're homers. Okay, and that's why I love this show so much, because I don't have to hear no other crap. That's why I like listening to this show. But I'm gonna tell you, there's a certain man. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know, I've been on some teams. We didn't win a game all season. I wanted to quit on some stuff. My old man wouldn't let me quit. You sign up to play ball, you're gonna play the whole damn season. I don't care if you're getting your butt kicked every game. You can't sit there. I mean, if the guy knew at the beginning of the season, he had a hell of a season last year. He knows he's going to go league. If he's afraid of getting hurt, he wouldn't have played the first 9 games. Okay, 6 games, 8 games. I don't know how many games. All the times we got our ass kicked this year, he wouldn't have played in those games if he was going to worry about getting hurt. I think he just got loser's cramp and he don't want to play no more. And it's fine. Everybody's soft anymore. It's 2020. But man, I'm tired of this crap, man. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. Saturday was the first day that I really had a whole day. Mama done gave me a pass. I had to do nothing. Sit on the couch, watch football. Guess what I did? I sat on the couch and watched us got our teeth kicked in. I don't understand how many times we can give the damn ball away, or we can throw it to the other damn team, or just hand it to them and let them go on for a pick six. I'm so tired of seeing this crap. I made a damn deal with the devil to get football, and this is the football that I got. It ain't been good.
I get it, man.
I'm telling you now, JV goddamn losers crap. That's all I got.
Appreciate the call.
Yeah, I do.
Wear the finest Italian leather shoes. My shirts are custom made, and I expect white glove service from those I do business with. I appreciate world-class brands, and at this point in my life, I just don't want to compromise on quality, no matter what I buy.
Or you might be like Steve, whose goal is to always get the best deal.
I'm frugal. I'm all about finding value. I want the best price, and I don't mind going out of my way to get it. I work hard for my money. I just want to make sure when I buy something, I can have confidence in knowing I'm not overpaying for it. It's not being cheap. It's being smart.
You never see these two guys in the same store. Except for one.
That's why I shop at Genesis Diamonds.
Genesis Diamonds is that rare shopping experience where you can have it all. Uncompromising luxury and unbeatable value. Exceptional service and the guaranteed best price in America. A premium experience and a smart purchase. This is where the best of all worlds come together. Genesis Diamonds, where Louisville gets engaged. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by Great Balls of Fire, your fireplace experts, greatballsoffire.com. Breaking news coming down this morning for the Louisville football team as running back Javian Hawkins has announced that he is opting out of the rest of the 2020 season to prepare for the 2021 NFL Draft. Hawkins currently has 822 yards rushing for an average of 6.2 yards a carry and 7 touchdowns to go along with 127 yards receiving and 1 touchdown there as well. Hawkins, along with Atwell, were 2 of the 7 players that were out for the Cards over the weekend against Virginia. After the tough loss, Coach Satterfield talked about the difficulties of having to deal with so many players out of the lineup.
Our guys are trying hard, man. I mean, our coaching staff's trying hard with the game plans, to putting together a nice game plan and to go out and play. And, and then, like you say, you get some adversity, a guy can't play, or now you got to shuffle guys around. It affects special teams. It's tough. It's very frustrating.
Cards will look to get things back on track on Friday as they'll take on Syracuse. Moving on to Kentucky, the Cats had a good weekend as they pulled off a 38-35 win over Vanderbilt on Saturday. And head coach Mark Stoops talked after the game about what the win meant following the death of offensive line coach John Schlarman.
Very discouraging news this week with the passing of John. So there was no getting around it. That was important to me, and it was important to our team to win for them and to honor John and the man that he was, and to continue his legacy.
The Cats will be back in action on Saturday, taking on Alabama. Moving on to the NFL, in yesterday's action, the Carolina Panthers fell to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 46-23. Former Louisville quarterback Teddy Bridgewater exited the game in the fourth quarter with a knee injury, but not before going 18 for 24 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns with 1 interception. The details about Bridgewater's injury and if he could possibly miss time is yet to be determined. We'll pass that along as soon as we know. Moving on to the Bengals, they were blown out yesterday by the Pittsburgh Steelers 36-10, and the Ravens fell to the Patriots last night in Sunday Night Football 23-17. Lamar Jackson finished the game with 249 yards passing, 2 touchdowns to go along with an interception as well. And just a reminder that ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home for the NFL this season. We'll be carrying tonight's Monday Night Football game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Coverage will begin around 7:30 on our sister station, ESPN 680. And last but certainly not least, just a reminder that ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home for all the majors this year in golf, which includes the Masters, which was over the weekend. And Dustin Johnson took home his first green jacket after going 20 under par at Augusta. His 20 under par round sets the record for the lowest score ever in a major after 72 holes. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey, Cards fans. Great Flood Brewing in the Highlands and Great Flood Middletown are both open and ready to serve. Whether you're in the mood for a cold beer on our extended patio in the Highlands or a delicious burger or cocktail at our Middletown location, check us out at greatfloodbrewing.com for more info on all the options we have for you. For a limited time special, mention this ad out in Middletown for $2 off your first appetizer. Thanks again for all your support, and we hope to see you soon. Go Cards! For more information, visit us at www.greatfloodbrewing.com.
Hey, Kentuckiana, Luke Hancock here. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about my good friends at Fitness Market. When my fiance and I were looking for a high-quality piece of fitness equipment for our home, we knew there was only one place in Louisville that we needed to go, Fitness Market. The friendly staff at Fitness Market showed us their amazing selection of equipment options, carefully explained all the different machines, and most importantly, treated us like family. We purchased the most amazing Kaiser indoor cycle, and we couldn't be happier. What was truly incredible was how many different treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms, rowers, and spin bikes they had. From the best brands in the industry like Precor, Matrix, Hoist, Spirit, and our favorite Kaiser. These guys are Louisville's e-bike headquarters. Fitness Market not only has new equipment, but they also have a huge selection of pre-owned equipment as well. That means they have something in everyone's price range. 2 locations, Westport Road just inside the Snyder, and their superstore on Plantside Drive at the corner of Watterson Trail, and online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Looking for a big diamond? Genesis Diamonds introduces our Elite Collection. These are large, rare diamonds in the top 1% of the world. 3 carat, 4 carat, 5 carat, up to 10 carat precious diamonds for the most discriminating buyers who appreciate quality. Genesis owners travel worldwide, tapping a vast network of diamond cutters, carefully hand-selecting each of these remarkable diamonds. We invite you to view this premium collection of GIA-certified diamonds, rounds, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, even fancy colored diamonds in size and quality never before seen here. And to showcase these exquisite stones, only Genesis has the finest handcrafted rings from all the world-class designers. If 2020 is the year you're upgrading her original diamond, or you just want to go big for the first time, no need to travel to New York or Los Angeles or Antwerp. Genesis Diamonds' elite collection of large, precious diamonds is here in Louisville. Genesis Diamonds, where Louisville gets engaged. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
this because DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all users a chance to earn a sign bonus up to $100 when they use promo code WLCL. Don't worry, football isn't for you. DraftKings is giving MMA fans who sign up now a chance to triple their winnings on any bet placed on UFC 255. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Make it easy to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code WLCL when you sign up. $1,000. That's right. Code WLCL to get deposit bonus up to $1,000 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. Indiana only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9 with it.
Brian, that made me want to jump out of a 25th floor of the office.
The entire office?
Whoever texted that, UK fan, obviously. Saturday needs to go.
That's not a touchscreen, son. Thank you. I got the Apple TV on, and he's
all
banging
listen,
the front of my TV.
No, all kids think that every screen is a touchscreen.
I know.
Like, what's wrong with this TV? What's wrong with, Let me get to these phone lines because people probably irate the same way. Ray, thanks for joining. Oh, did I mess it up?
Hold on. They're still ringing. There's nobody on the. Hold on.
Is there a Ray on the line at all?
There's not. He hung up, so he's going to call me back.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Right.
No Ray.
Oh, okay. So, do you look forward to the grading segment, Steve, today?
No. I'll tell you what I am looking forward to today. Here's something to talk about real quick. 4-star center Roosevelt Wheeler is making his decision later today around 3:00. All the crystal balls right now point to Louisville. So that would be a really big get for Chris Mack.
That would cheer me up so much, Steve.
If he were to pick Louisville today.
I'm scared to dream right now. Can you believe
I know,
that? Like,
I know.
Marcus Maben is scared to dream that we're gonna be able to complete our class with this one.
Well, and you may not even totally complete the class, but it would be big, man. I mean, you're talking about a kid that's top, I think he's 60th right now. I think it would bump the class up to a top 12 class. And he's good. I mean, he's out right now.
Get ready to mute your YouTube.
So
he's got an intro song.
But he's a talented player, man. And he's a big, legit center. So it would be a big get, man. So if they finish that off, that would at least get the week on a Monday set in the right direction as we are barreling towards college basketball season. Or not.
Softball dad Dustin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Do I see anything better happening from this year to next year? I'm not going to have that hope. So that's just my thoughts, man.
Joel, I appreciate the call. But again, that's
man.
why I asked that question right at the beginning of the show. I said, you have to separate the difference between building a program, getting your guys, again, Steve, you said it from the beginning. You said you don't think it's this year you make the big run. You said it's next year because, third year, you got your guys, you figured out who's who, if you're really building versus what us fans we want a bunch of, like I said, we as fans want information.
Yeah, I agree. But I will say this, now you do have to recalibrate that a little bit. I do think with the,
with that last loss.
Well, I know I'm talking even for year 3, because, and this is why I say I'm okay with fan who's worried today a little bit, because when I hear things like, but I understand Coach Satterfield too. Again, let me reiterate. I do believe Coach Satterfield is a really good coach. I think he's the guy. I think he will get talent in here. I like what he's doing with what he's recruiting. But when I'm okay if you want to question, if you hear things like, well, I can't put the guys out there because I'm going to put the guys out there who are in the best. Like, I'm not going to put a guy out there that's not in a good position to succeed out there. Then yeah, that worries me. And it worries me beyond quarterback, because I say, why have I not saw more of Lovie Jenkins? Why have I not saw more of, and defensively, I mean, I think you've got younger guys. Like, I mean, you're not going to lose a ton off that defense next year. Especially if a couple of those guys opt in to coming back.
How many guys do you think there are that we just don't see? Like, how many guys are there on the team?
Not many. I because I get where you're going with this, and there's not many. I do think that you're seeing, though, running back position is a perfect example on Saturday. Did Jalen Mitchell, Maurice Berkeley, did they not look like really capable guys? They haven't touched the ball all year, really. And I understand that Hawkins and Hall were there, but it's like, okay, well, at these other spots, Watkins had a nice catch at receiver. And I get some of those places, I mean, you're there at, but I think what I'm saying isn't so much what's behind us. My opinion on this, get guys in, is what's ahead of us in the 3 games.
And for people listening to that baby in the background, he's fine. That's just what he does.
He's aggressive. He's just so.
He's a growler, people. So
do you want to know what he's doing? We bought him listen. We bought him. He's got a basketball goal and a little football thing.
Everybody's wondering what's going on with that baby.
He has a mini recliner. Right? That's his, because he likes to sit back in the recliner when he's done balling. He's pushing the recliner across the living room right now. And that's what you're listening to. Yeah, no, he's just, listen, I'm telling you, this kid right here's got it. He's going to be a stud. Like, I could put him in football.
He's pushing like the sled, like the football sleds.
I drove past a football practice yesterday down here in Tennessee, and I said, that don't look like my son's practices. And, I was like, I looked back at Xavier and I was like, I bet you could play out there. Like, I'm starting to eyeball stuff like that. I'm like, you could play down there. Like, because yeah, he's a psychopath. So yeah. So yes, he is. No, if you guys hear him, he is not in distress. He is currently working his quads, pushing this recliner across the living room. So
Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, Steve Marcus?
Chilling.
Hey man, y'all can't eat your young. Brian's the DJ. You just got to ride with it.
Just got to roll with it, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, you just got to ride with
some
it.
songs you dance to, some you go get a drink.
This ain't Martin Lawrence at house party.
Fair enough.
Here's my thing. We're all worried about Louisville. Coach Satterfield is a coach. When you look at the other schools who are not struggling, Clemson, Notre Dame, Ohio State, the difference between them and us is just pure talent. They've got guys who can handle doing Zoom meetings. We don't have that yet. We've got guys that need hands-on instruction, and the one thing that this year hasn't provided is hands-on instruction. And as far as T. Webb goes, man, I want to see him so bad. But if you watch that Florida State game and they put Chuba in, he is literally running for his life. We can't put T. Webb in a situation where he's just running for his life. That's not even experience. That's just survival. So if that's where he's going to be at, let's just wait, be patient, let him get some spring football. All the things that our guys needed this year, we missed. We missed the spring football. We missed the practice dailies. When you start looking at things we're missing, it's techniques. Where do you learn techniques? Practice, hands-on, hitting. These guys aren't getting to do that. So we just need to be a little patient. We're just a play away from being where we were last year. Just be patient and let's get back to some normalcy, and then let's start judging. Because believe me this, when Harbaugh gets fired, they're gonna call Coach Satterfield. So y'all better hold on to him and love him the way we should. I'll get up and I'll listen to you.
Listen, I appreciate the call. Here's what's funny. You kind of sound like me, and I can hear. I want people to know I want to see T. Webb and Puma Pass. Like, I want to see them, but I would understand why the coaches, they're trying to win games. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that between practices and what you got in Malik, but today I'm turning into the guy too. Like, yeah, now you're gonna have to placate the fans on this next game.
Yeah.
Right. You just make me happy this game.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to build a program and all that good stuff, but it's almost like the fans can now get a pass to be selfish for 3 games.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it does. It does. Well, we do got a little bit of college basketball. Not so well. It is Louisville related, but it's not. I don't want to get people thinking we got some big time injury or commit. But so the NCAA just announced that. Let me see here. They will NCAA relocating the 2021 NCAA tournament championship sites to one location. So it says they are in NCAA are in preliminary talks with the state of Indiana and the city of Indianapolis to potentially host the 68-team tournament around the metropolitan area during the coordinated dates in March and April.
Dude, that's the most 2020 announcement you ever heard. If I gotta go to Indianapolis to watch a tournament, even I don't even want my team in a tournament in Indianapolis.
Well, that's where the Final Four was this year. I think that's why they're.
No.
Yeah. But I do want to continue reading real quick because you're gonna really love this. My committee colleagues and I did not come lightly to the difficult decision to relocate the preliminary rounds to the 2021 tournament, as we understand the disappointment 13 communities will feel to miss out on being a part of March Madness, said Mitch Barnhart, chair of the Division I Men's Basketball Committee and University of Kentucky athletic director.
Repeat that line one more time, please, Steve.
My committee colleagues and I did not come lightly to the difficult decision to relocate the preliminary rounds of the 2021 tournament, as we understand the disappointment of the 13 communities will feel a missing out on March Madness this year, said Mitch Barnhart, the chair of the Division I Men's Basketball Committee and University of Kentucky athletic director. Now, here's something even better. Okay, now do you understand why Steve Rummage? I get why, like ESPN Louisville 93.9 and our sales team and the community is excited when Louisville hosts regionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that way because I'm like, well, that's just a free pass for Kentucky to come in here and play, even though odds are it's oddly enough, they really rarely get there. But if Lexington holds one, that's kind of Louisville's equivalent, right? With the University of Kentucky slated to host first and second round games this March, this is something that directly impacts our school and community. So we certainly share in their regret. I bet you did. We don't have to host anything here, right? Just move along. Let's just go up there. We'll all go up there. Yeah. Go ahead and put another regional in Louisville.
Yeah.
Will y'all please build something over there that's worth a piss? So that way we can start getting regionals in Lexington or something.
Tino the Barber, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, two things, Marcus. One of them, is football, the other one's basketball. Football, hey, I think Malik, he's got to have a quick leash on Saturday, man, or Friday. If he throws an interception, he's got to come out. I mean, I don't care if it's Conley or T. Webb or whoever. Somebody, he's got to come out of the game. I mean, it's in his head.
Who do you want to see the most?
Huh?
Who do you want to see the most?
I'm kind of with the. I want to say Conley, just because he got experience. T. Webb, man, I don't know if he's ready. If we're winning big, and you want to put T. Webb in, that's fine. But I don't want to be losing or a game tight situation. I don't want to put no pressure on him. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I don't want to put him in a pressure situation. But if Malik throws an interception, if he fumbles, I'm at the point where if he fumbles and we get the ball back, we got to put in Conley. If he throws a pick and the defense drops it, he's got to go to the bench, man. It's just in his head. I mean, and the only thing there's nothing a coach can do for you if it's in your head. It's like free throws. If you shoot 90% in practice, but you shoot 60% of the game, I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? There's nothing we can do. It has to be up. It's got to be up to you. And that's just my feeling on that. I mean, we can't salvage the season. I mean, we can win a few games, man. But I mean, that's as far as we go. So we might as well put the young guys in. I know you hate to hear that, but I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's time to start building for next year. And as far as basketball concerned, I've seen the Quinn Slazinski video, and I said, "Hey, that's my man Marcus. I know he's all on this one, man. Hey, the assumptions. I mean, that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He did his little thing about assumptions. You know, and I was like, that's Marcus's man. And there's one part on there, one clip on there where he just shoots it. He's talking, and then he shoots a three, and then he starts talking to the camera again. You see that? You know what part I'm talking about?
No, but it sounds about right.
But hey, I was thinking, I bet Marcus believes that's one take Jake on that. I think he just took the one shot. It wasn't no retake on that. It was one take Jake, man. I want to hear your comment on Slazinski and both of them, fellas. And hey, thanks for letting me go, fellas.
Appreciate the call. Slazinski commentary and grades coming up next. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
Experience Rufino, one of the most iconic names in Italian wine. Add a touch of Italian hospitality to every occasion with wines for every palate. From sparkling Proseccos and Rosés to fresh fruit-forward whites and Tuscan estate reds, you'll find the perfect wine with ease. Celebrate with Rufino and discover the Italian art of good living. La Vita Rufino. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2019 Rufino Import Company, Rutherford, California.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential. So, our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything.
What was it, like fan mail?
So come be a part of our team.
Like spam?
502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing.
Yeah.
Playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wing?
Yeah.
4 pegs. Looking for
You talking about your email or like mail?
4 pegs. If you're just looking.
That's tough. Like you basically like the spammers are gonna find like like the like laundry list like because I get mail like
over there fast because the word.
Yeah, you might be able to like I get mail based off the car I have. Like I'll get like a mechanic that sends me like a discount thing and be like, "So you have a Mercedes? Like, we work on Mercedes, letting you know."
Company.
It's crazy.
TFH, you can get 18.
Because the reason I'm saying is because you can get on a list from anything, like your car, your phone bill, like, and then you get on some random list that some company that might be able to have a service that you can use reaches out to you.
.com. Visit TFH Company.
I think there is a way. Mail's a little more different. I know on email you can block spam. You can send it to a spam email
Safely at
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Jewelry and
I'd call the post office and ask them.
With the burgundy bow and
I'm sure you're not the only one that's ever asked that.
In the jewelry business.
Hey, all you sports fans and dog lovers out there, Brian Hall here.
When it's time for the big game, big fans need big TVs. And sometimes you may even want to bring your dog. And at Double Dogs, you can do both and even satisfy those big appetites. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure you get the fuel you need at lunch or dinner while never having to miss a game. So whether you have 2 legs or 4, you can cheer on and chow down at Double Dogs, located in the Middletown Commons.
Pay off your holiday bills with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a driver helper. Pair up with a driver and earn $16.80 per hour to start. No license needed. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/worldport. That's upsjobs.com/worldport.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Phocus. Try it today.
Do you have any ideas for a promo from what you all have said so far?
And I'm Taylor Lynch.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
I haven't either.
93.9 The Ville.
Because Pat's like, on our producer thing, get your reaction promos to me before you leave. And I'm like, I don't really hear a good promo. I'm like, we have the basketball one running right now.
Louisville Sports without an O live.
Check out. No. I didn't mean that. I just meant like, I mean, why do I want to put a reaction, like a reaction promo to a loss, like where we're just like, yeah, we're not doing so hot. You know what I mean?
Award-winning chili, 4 Pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 Pegs. And the best part about 4 Pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because
like you can give a reaction promo to like a unexpected loss because it's funny, but like when we've just consistently been losing, it's like I don't want to make a negative promo. Studio.
people, let's not get it confused. I am hella disappointed about the year we are having. But here's the thing, Steve. We're an hour and a half and change into it. We have not said one time defense played really good. We have not said one time. We would have given anything in the world to have a moving drive down the field on the open for a fast start. You get teeth to pick 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But no, you get my point. Like you would think there's nothing positive that came out of the game. Like I said, I am disappointed with the loss. I heard Drew Diener repeat it. I had the same reaction. It was the tweet from Louisville Sports Live, Ethan Moore. He says it's okay to be okay with Satterfield and extremely disappointed with the season. I'm paraphrasing, but that's just how I feel. I'm disappointed with the number. I still, like I said, from the product on the field, to me says improvement when I watch it outside of the fumbles, the result, because it again, 15 plays of good football and a turnover, still it doesn't take away the 15 good plays. It says you got to grow up. My quarterback has to grow up, has to mature, or he has to get replaced. But it still says it's 15 plays of offensive line, wide receiver, running backs, guys getting open, doing all the other things that make you a good team. I saw a lot of them. I saw growth in the team. My quarterback play and my turnovers are one factor that probably was the that probably was the like standalone super, factor. I guess.
Well, yeah, because I mean, even how you played. I mean, you were driving there. It looked like you were driving to score. Malik gets a 18, 22-yard run and then fumbles at the end. And it was like, man, I mean, if you're just holding on to the ball, but that goes back to my point at the beginning of the show. 13 turnovers. Okay, I mean, 13 turnovers. We're talking basically.
I can probably get something from this conversation.
1 points. Right. That's if you scored a touchdown on all 13 drives. Well, I think that's unrealistic to say. So if I said 55 extra points, how much does that change? I mean, you're 55 extra points. You win against Virginia, you beat Pitt right there. That's 2 right there. Okay. So now I'm at 4 wins with 3 games left. Now I'm still on pace to win 6-7 games in the regular season and go win an 8th in the bowl game. I'm not even going to count other games you could have won, I mean, Virginia Tech, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you win that. So it's just like, geez, man, I mean, that would change. I can seriously say the difference between last year and this year, mathematically, I think I have some backing. I can say strictly Malik Cunningham turnovers. It's the difference from last year to this year. So what you're saying can be true. Right?
Yes. Malik running the ball?
Ralph, you're on air. Fire away.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, since he can run the ball so well, why don't they put him at running back? Put another quarterback in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Ralph, I appreciate the call. That's what Steve likes. I don't think he's elusive enough to be a running.
I don't either. I think he has a future at slot. He's got the body. He's got that Braxton Miller. Now, Braxton Miller's much bigger than him. I'm not saying that, but he's got that, I think, that body and ability and the weight. Because I'm with you. I don't know that he's elusive enough to be a running back, but I do think he could do some damage in a slot. Like, I mean, you could see Malik Cunningham playing in the NFL. If you envision that, the only way you envision that is a slot receiver.
Let's start it out. Grades, defense.
I mean, they were a B. They weren't terrible. They weren't terrible. I mean, they I thought they made plays. I mean, the Marlon character play there at the goal line was a big time hit. I mean, that's the type of hits we watch
that we beg for,
Bama football games, and you're like, oh man, I wish we had somebody who would do that. I mean, so that was a big time hit at the goal line that would have been a touchdown. I thought they were pretty good. I mean, they gave up what? They gave up what, 24?
You're taking away the pick 6, right?
I'm taking away the pick 6. Yeah. So, 24. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, bad field position on some turnovers too. So
yeah.
I think I'm going.
Well, not even bad field position. Sometimes it's man, we just had a whole drive and then it's boom, 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 fumble or something. Okay, now we're back out there, even if we don't have bad field position.
You're playing against a tired defense.
Yeah. So they weren't like, they weren't the 83 Bears, but I mean they were pretty good, right?
You're right. I'll give him a C+ because I didn't think Virginia was that tough, and I think Russ was late on a lot of big plays. I think Russ kind of was the Malik Cunningham of the defense on this one. I think Russ kind of let us down.
He was why. I mean, the play, and one of the bad things was his 2 worst plays happened back to back. You had where you give up the long ball on 3rd down. Just let the guy get right in front of your face. Now, granted, I mean, the guy was 6'7", but I mean, you let the guy get right in front of your face, go up, make the play.
No, but they did the same thing last week. Like, you should have been in the studying all week, ready for that play. Goal line, red zone. You got to see that one coming across the front.
Yeah. And then the other one was just whiffed on that open field tackle. It was like, oh my gosh, back to back.
Yeah. The one he leaves his guy. The touchdown.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then there was that. I mean, it was a rough day for him.
Yeah. So
that's where I'm like, is Levy Jenkins not capable of playing? I mean,
I'm curious to know what mistakes he's making that keeps him out of the game, though. I do want to know that.
I'm watching mistakes in the game. So what mistakes is he making in practice that he can't get a shot? You know. So.
Okay. Offense. It's tough to do that one on.
It's tough because you want to separate them. Because running backs. I mean, heck, I give our running backs an A.
Running backs.
I thought they ran their tails off.
Offensive line.
I mean, if I'm giving the running backs an A, I mean, I got to at least give the line a B plus, right? I mean, because if I'm saying I think Malik had time to throw the ball. I mean,
they gave up 4 sacks.
Yeah, but again, I don't think they gave up 4 sacks.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the stats.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. So it's like because when I go back and I watch the game and I watch Malik just stand there, and I watch him just hold the ball. And I watch him get sacked. I'm going, why did you not throw it away? Why did you take a sack? Yeah.
Real quick, I got one kind of breaking. Did you all talk about the Indy already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then did you also talk about how, hang on, let me read the whole story because there's a couple of things coming out about it. Hold on.
Okay.
Texter says, he makes a great point. If we see T Webb and if he doesn't perform well at all, think about how your stomach would turn to see Malik jog back out there.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a nightmare scenario.
That'd be terrible.
Listen, you must be actually doing it in your brain right now, Steve.
Yeah.
You watch in your brain, you watch T Webb throw a couple of ducks, for 2 possessions in a row, and then you watch on the third Malik jog back out there.
Yeah.
And you're crying on the inside.
Yeah. And I'm going, dude, you're gonna have to go get a transfer or something.
Right. No, but again, I understand that's what all fans are starving to know. Like I can't go into an offseason just not knowing if the kid can play or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand that feeling completely. Coaching grade. You can go offense and defense separate if you want.
Well, I mean, geez, that's tough because I wasn't a huge fan of the play calling.
In particular,
I feel like it just it's getting a little too conservative for me in moments where I'm just like, in moments where the game's still like somewhat in reach, and it's like just run. Like, it was 31-17, I think it was, and we had the ball. And it's like, okay, we're still
you know what
you
know what probably bothers you the same way it bothers myself and everybody else? A quarterback who turns the ball over, you are not comfortable with option pitches.
Right.
Especially to the short side. Because that requires some split second, quick decision making.
Yeah. And
I know a lot of people, hey, run to the other side. It's like, yeah, but he does run behind his best blockers. Like you have to remember there's a lot of other factors, when he chooses to run a play, but still, I know what you're saying. Sometimes you're like, those are high risk turnover plays that you're running. And these guys are not crisp with their execution. Also, in the coaching thing, while you're not happy with the play calling at times, you know what I'm not happy with?
What's that?
The little things. If I was gonna listen, if you catch me in the honest, Marcus is going through film, I'm running it back over and over again, replay. When I'm doing that, you know what bothers me?
I'm listening.
Malik not running out his fakes. Guys not carrying out their fakes. Again, I've been crying about the energy level of the sideline, versus another team. This is Marcus, the 100%. I'm not a fan analyst. You know what I'm saying? Where I would go into coach's office and say, listen, I don't care if you kick me out. I don't care if you don't want to, ever speak to me again or whatever. But listen, my guy, that energy level you got on the sideline, It's a bad look.
Yeah.
Malik not carrying out his fakes when he hands the ball off. And if he's supposed to, raise up and act like he's throwing it out for a screen, they're not doing that stuff. Right.
Right.
And like I said, I don't even bother whining about it because I know most people don't understand the importance of that stuff. That one fake gets a safety or a linebacker flat-footed. Like, to your eyes, you think, when he fakes it out to the screen that, if a guy doesn't move, then the fake didn't work. And you're like, no, that fake caught his eyeballs, you know what I'm saying? Just for a couple of seconds. Just the little play out fakes, the little, the ball handling.
Yeah.
The ball handling and the energy intensity for going on and off the field. You timed our team versus other teams, coach. That matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coach,
yeah.
don't you like I said, everybody in that building might be so caught up in the X's and O's. Like Coach said, when he said some of the little things kind of were getting away with the class and stuff. I think that's one of those things that there's some oversight going on. Like you forgot how important it was to make sure they are enjoying this, this situation a little more than they are.
Sure.
Because you're not looking like you're enjoying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that.
That, my C- coaching grade is about 80% those little things that I don't like as an expert analyst in body language.
Yeah.
And high level competition body language. You score poorly in this one.
Yeah, I would agree.
Overall team grade.
Oh, well, I mean, it's nothing more than a C-, I would say. I mean, you lost. You lost. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
No, you got to fix that. You got
F.
To me,
F. You lose.
Yeah, to me, it's one of those. I don't care who plays if you're not carrying out fakes.